ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायैस्तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। We are hearing from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the summary of chapter 8, chapter 9 and chapter 10. In the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is describing about Taraka Brahma Yoga. I don't know what is the English term for this, Taraka Brahma Yoga. In this context, Lord Krishna is analyzing about Yoga Mishra Bhakti, that Bhakti mixed with Yoga, and what is Suddha Bhakti. The comparatively explanation is being given in this chapter. And here, few terms we should try to understand. What is Brahma? Nitya Akshara Vinasa Rahita, that eternal object which is indestructible and supreme absolute truth, that is called as Brahma. And what is karma? Karma is that activity, that action which makes the living entities, they appear and they grow in this material creation. And what is called Adhibhuta? Adhibhuta, all the non-moving objects are called Adhibhuta, called Nashwar Padartha. That's called Adhibhuta. And Virat Purush, the gigantic form of Bhagavan, is called Adhidaiva. Adhidaiva means he is the master of all the demigods, Devata, Adhidaiva. Shelter place of all the demigods is Bhagavan, the gigantic form. That's why he is called Adhidaiva. And one name for the gigantic form of Bhagavan, that is called Adhijagya. Why? Because Bhagavan is present as super soul in the heart of all the living entities and make them, induce them performing all the Yajna karma. That's why he's called Adhijagya. He's present as super soul in all living entities' heart. Only an unallied devotee of Krishna can understand all these facts in truth. So Lord Krishna is saying in 8th chapter, 5th and 6th verse, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram ja prayati samadbhavang jati nastyatra sansa. There is no doubt, if somebody remembering Krishna at the time of death, certainly he will attain that blissful eternal abode of Krishna, the service of Krishna. In other words, next verse, Lord Krishna is saying, Jam jam vapi smaran bhavam tejati ante kalevaram tam tamevati konteya sada tad bhava bhavita. According to one's desires, on which objects one is meditating at the time of death, he will attain that type of birth, that type of body in the next life. Tam tamevati kauntya sada tadbhavavita. But for a devotee, for an unalloyed devotee whose devotion is pure. For him, Krishna is easily available. 8th chapter 14th verse, Lord Krishna is saying, Ananya chetaha satatam yo ma smarati nityasah tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yoginah. One who is remembering constantly Krishna without deviation, always united with Krishna, for him Lord Krishna is easily available. No difficult to get for him Krishna. And those who are devotees of Krishna, they never take rebirth in this temporary suffering world. Mao petya punarjanma dukkhalayam asaswatam. This place which is full of suffering, temporary world, those who are devotees, they never take rebirth here. In 15th verse, Lord Krishna is saying. In next verse, in 16th verse, he is saying, Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartina arjuna mamu petyat kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. Those who are not devotees, those who are not taken exclusive shelter of Krishna, they may wander different planetary systems, different births, even up to Brahma's planet. All the planets they go different, they take birth. But they again and again come back to this material world. Because they have not taken exclusive shelter of Krishna. But those who have taken exclusive shelter of Krishna, those who already once attained Krishna, Krishna's lotus feet or Krishna's abode, they never take rebirth in this world again. Mao petyata kaunteya punarjanma navidyate. They never take rebirth again. And only by unalloyed devotion one can attain Bhagavan. In the 8th chapter, 22nd verse, Lord Krishna is saying, Purusaha sa paraha partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya jasyantasthani bhutani yena sarvamidam tatam. Purusaha sa paraha partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya. By ananya bhakti, by unalloyed devotion, one attains Bhagavan. That Bhagavan who is present jasyantasthani, is present in everybody's heart, in every place, all the heart of all the living entities. Jasyantasthani bhutani, in the heart of all the living entities is present. And yet that Bhagavan who is all pervasive, Yena sarvamidam tatam, who is all pervasive, he expands himself to everywhere. That Bhagavan a devotee can attain by his own allied devotion. In the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, Bhagavan is explaining about Raja Guhya Yoga, the king of all knowledge, most confidential yoga. Actually, what is that most confidential yoga? That Suddha Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of pure devotional service, is called Raja Vidya or Raja Guhya. Bhagavan in 9th chapter 2nd verse is saying, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Bhagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Abhyayam. Raja Vidya, that bhakti, pure devotional service, is such a yoga, most confidential yoga, pavitram, most pure, best, uttamam, susukham, is most pleasurable, is no hardship is there, very, very blissful, kartum abhyayam, indestructible, attains permanent result, attains the lotus feet of Krishna. This is what Lord Krishna is saying. In the affair of creation, who is the root cause? nature is not the root cause. Actually, nature is working under direction of Bhagavan, under the supreme will of Bhagavan, by the guidance of Bhagavan, by the instruction of Bhagavan. The material nature is working in the creation. He is creating. Even the material nature, they gets the power to create by the supreme will of Bhagavan. In 9th chapter 10th verse, Bhagavan saying, Maya dakshina prakriti shriyate sacharacharam. Shriyate means he gives birth, means creates. Maya dakshina, under my guidance, Bhagavan is saying. But all these activities of Bhagavan, nature of Bhagavan, those who are very, very dumb, mudha, they never understand. Bhagavan is saying, avajananti mang mudha manusim tanuasritam. The Satchidananda form of Bhagavan, the eternity, that form which is full of eternity, full of knowledge and full of blissfulness, that transcendental form of Bhagavan, those who are less intelligence, offenders, lowest among mankind, they can never understand. Those who are dumb rascals, they never understand. They consider Krishna's transcendental body to be material. That's why it is a great foolishness, and this is a great offense to think like this. Only other than a devotee, Krishna's nature they cannot understand. Although Krishna, He is the creator, He is the maintainer, He is the destroyer, He is the everything in the creation. But they cannot understand Krishna's transcendental body. When Krishna appears here, He does human-like pastimes. They don't understand. But those who are great devotees, those who have taken exclusive shelter of Krishna's internal potency, Yogamaya Shakti, and that engage in the bhajan of Bhagavan. Lord Krishna is saying, Mahat manastu mang partha daivi prakriti masrita bhajanti ananya manaso jnatva bhutadi avyayam. Those devotees have taken exclusive shelter of Yogamaya Shakti, internal potency of Bhagavan. They engaged bhajanti ananya manaso, without deviation, they engaged in the form determination, bhakti. And they have realized Bhagavan is bhutadi avyayam, indestructible, and He is the origin of everything. And that's why they do bhajan without deviation, on all devotion. They engage Himself. And such devotees, Lord Krishna maintains, although He is the maintainer of a whole creation, all living entities Lord Krishna is maintaining. But especially those devotees, unalloyed devotees like this, engaged in the bhajan of Bhagavan, Lord Krishna is saying that, for sure, I look after them, I maintain them, what they need, I bring and carry for them, and I maintain them. But the maintenance which Lord Krishna is maintaining all the creation and maintaining His devotees, there is difference. Difference is, when Lord Krishna is dealing with His own devotees, it with so much compassion, mercy and love and affection. But for others, all living entities, it is generally, though He is maintainer, His Father, He is maintaining everyone. But devotees with so much love and affection, and Krishna is saying that he becomes controlled by the loving devotion, and this is how he is controlled by the love. In 9th chapter 22nd verse, Lord Krishna is saying, Anannas chintayantuma jajana parjupasate tesam nitya vijuktanam yoga kshema bahamyaham. This sloka is saying, yoga kshema bahamyaham. And those devotees, those persons, they don't understand Krishna, that He is the object of worship, He is the original master of everything, all the yajna and He is the Lord of everyone. And they try to worship demigods. But they worship, indirectly they are worshipping Krishna. Because all the demigods, whatever offering they offer to Krishna. That's why Lord Krishna is saying, Jepi anya devata bhaktya jajanta shraddhanita tepi mameva kontya jajanti avidhi purvakam. This is avidhi. This is not the right way, improper way of worshipping Krishna. That's why one should understand Lord Krishna's position. And demigods are his servants and maid servants. One should worship Krishna like this with full faith and determination. And in 24th verse, Lord Krishna is saying, Aham hi sarva jagyanam bhokta cha prabhure vacha na tu mamavi jananti tattvena atah chevantite. Those persons, they are destroyed. Those who they fall down, they go to the lower species of life. Those who they don't understand that Lord Krishna is Sarva Jagyanam Bhokta. He is the master of all the Jagya. He is the Lord of everyone. If somebody not understanding in truth, he goes to all the life after life, the hellish planets. And those who are devotees doing bhajan of Krishna, and they try to offer Krishna with loving devotion, even one leaf, patram puspam phalam toyam, jo me bhaktya prayachati, with so much love and affection, even one tulsi leaf, one flower, little water, they offer Krishna out of love. And Bhagavan himself, Krishna is saying that I accept that, anything my devotee offering with his love and affection. And this 9th chapter is very important. All these confidential bhakti principles Lord Krishna is explaining. In conclusion, he is saying, Manmana bhava madbhakta majjaji mang namaskuru. 9th chapter 34 verse. Mame vaishyati yukta eva atmanang mat parayanaha. Manmana bhava. Think of me, remember me, become my devotee, only worshipping me, pay obeisances to me. You will attend to me. You will become fully absorbed in my consciousness. This is most confidential instruction he is giving this. Only by bhakti. Bhakti is the only way to attain Bhagavan. This is what Krishna himself saying, the confidential truth about the Rajguhya Yoga. In the 10th chapter, there is description of the opulences of Bhagavan, Vibhuti Yoga. If one devotee, one sadhaka, will study deeply this chapter, the 10th chapter, he will realize Lord Krishna is the abode of all the opulences and all the power, all the potencies, anything going on, anything we see in this creation. His opulence is present everywhere. His Shakti is present everywhere. He is the abode of all the Shakti and all the opulences. Everything in this creation, all these opulences, even combiningly, cannot be little bit, even fraction, one tinge of the opulence of Bhagavan. Bhagavan is so opulent. Even very little bit fraction can complete all the opulence of all the universe, whole creation. Bhagavan is saying, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvang pravartate. Everything is emanating from me. I am the origin of everything. I am the origin of all emanations. Why one need to know about the opulences of Bhagavan? Because if you will understand, will have knowledge about the opulences of Bhagavan, easily one will understand that all these objects, wherever Krishna's opulence is manifested, they are all connected with Bhagavan. Everything in connection of Bhagavan. If one will understand the opulences, then you will know that how everything is related to Bhagavan. Nothing is independent, nothing is out of Bhagavan. Everything. is related to Bhagavan. And especially Bhagavan gives pure intelligence, buddhi yoga to his devotees, so that they will understand him in tattva, in truth. Tesam satata yuktanang bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam janamang upajantite. He gives them pure intelligence. Tesam satata yuktanang bhajatam. Those are doing bhajan of Krishna, unalloyed devotion, unalloyed bhajan. But Krishna gives them pure intelligence. By that, they'll be able to understand all the supreme truth about Bhagavan. And if there is anything present in the heart of his devotees, that is Krishna's great mercy. If any ignorance or anything present in the heart of devotees, Lord Krishna is saying, Tesam evam anukampartham aham ajnanajam tamam nasayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhaswata. Lord Krishna is saying, by the lamp of transcendental knowledge, I will lead the lamp of transcendental knowledge in the heart of the devotees, my own devotees. And by that, if the lamp will be lighted, then all the darkness will be dissipated. And by that, all the darkness present in the heart of his devotees will be dissipated, will be removed from the heart of devotee. This is how Lord Krishna helping his devotees to come close to him more and more. Nasayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena. This is his greatest favor, with affection for his devotee. So this is the summaries of chapter 8, 9 and 10. So most important lessons from here, these chapters, is bhakti. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, everywhere Lord Krishna is speaking about Suddha Bhakti, pure devotion, unalloyed devotion. So here today we heard about the science of pure devotional service, the secret of pure devotional service, how it is possible, and how Lord Krishna is relating himself with his devotees. And this is best for karmis, for jnanis and yogis. This position never comes in their life, and the time is wasted. And the devotees, Krishna bring them more close to nearer and nearer. Ultimately, they attain the eternal blissful abode, the eternal blissful stage of Krishna's devotional service, and make their life successful. So with these words, I conclude my speech here, and in next class we'll hear again the rest of the chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Jai Granthara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai, Rupanuga Acharya Sila Guru Deva ki jai, Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga ki jai, Samagata Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Pramanande Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare